of us claim that we want deep and meaningful relationships and friendships. And if this is you, let's be real, a lot of us don't put in the effort to actually maintain them. We expect friendships to survive on vibes alone, but vibes don't check in on you when you're struggling. Okay? Effort does. So if your friendship currently feels distant, ask yourself, are they the problem or are you? Okay? Hey cousins, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia J, and this is the Sunday Reset Podcast where we reset our minds, our hearts, and souls for the week ahead every Sunday. I see you're growing and you're glowing, and I really do love this look on you. But today, we are going to be talking about something that we all crave, but sometimes we honestly neglect, and it's our friendship. Real deep, life-giving friendship does not happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by accident. It takes intentionality. And to be honest, adult friendships can be extremely complicated because we're always working or trying to work on our relationships, our family, and everything else. But when was the last time that you checked in on your people? Like, really checked in? Proverbs 17:17 says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." That verse really recognizes the realization of having a friend be there for you, but also kind of signifies how important it is for you to be a friend for someone else. So today we're diving into why friendship needs that effort, how to be more intentional, and when your friendship feels one-sided, what you can do. So number one, friendship can't thrive on autopilot. I think a lot of us really grew up thinking that friendships happen. You meet someone, you click, and then you boom, you're besties for life. But as we get older, friendship takes a lot of work. It's like a plant. Like you can't just water it one day and then expect for it to give you fruit the next day. You have to keep nurturing it. And that's exactly what intentionality means. It means checking in. It means making plans. It means showing up, not when it's just convenient, but when it actually matters, okay? When you have those friends that just hit you up when they need something, it's kind of cringy because it's like, dang, I'm only good for that. If you really want deep and meaningful friendships, you have to be proactive. So send that text, schedule the FaceTime, go out on brunch, go to movie night, whatever. Even if it's chaotic, even if it's a 5-minute check-in, effort really does go a long way, okay? Number two, a friendship without effort will fade. Let's be real. Not all friendships survive from the transition from our teenage years to adulthood. And that's okay. Sometimes friendships are seasonal, okay? But for them to actually last, they do require effort from both sides. So if it's always you reaching out on one side, it's really not fair to you. And you really shouldn't be the one always reaching out, right? It's exhausting. And also, you really shouldn't be keeping score either. But it is, and it really should feel reciprocal, right? If you're always the one texting first, if you're always the one making plans or being the emotional support system, it might be time to have like a real honest conversation with them. And intentionality doesn't always mean extremely big gestures. Sometimes it's just knowing that having your friend's love language and mine in your forefront, like sending them a I miss you text or bringing them a coffee on your way into work. If you know they love Starbucks, like just as much as I do, when they're having a rough week or celebrating their wins, even the small ones. You never know, how much your effort can actually go into making their day. And that is exactly why I'm talking about intentionality today, because sometimes we, even as our own individual selves, don't even take the time to reflect that. And sometimes that's what friends are for, just to give you that extra pick me up when, you don't even really know that you need it. But yeah, so that's really like the whole point of this episode, just talking about intentionality and recognizing, the power that it really brings to your friendship and your relationships. So number three, on my list is friendships are a reflection of our values. So the people that you surround yourself with shape who you are. If your circle isn't pushing you to grow, inspiring you, or holding you accountable, okay? Maybe I need to stop right there. Holding you accountable. Okay, it might be time for you to reevaluate. Intentional friendships and relationships are rooted in support, honesty, and love. And that means having hard conversations whenever it's necessary. It means calling out unhealthy patterns with love. It means showing up even when life is messy. Proverbs 17:17 doesn't say a friend loves when it's easy. It says at all times. And so that includes the moments when your friends are struggling, when they're not being themselves, when they just need a little bit of grace instead of judgment. Okay, like the whole trend, we listen and we don't judge. Okay, it's very important because you can listen and then you can provide your advice. You can listen and just be that listening ear. Nobody on earth is here to judge except for, the actual judges. And that's according to the law that man has put on this earth. But the true judgment of character is going to really come from God himself, as always. But being a friend, even if they're doing things that aren't really good for themselves, we're never to really judge. But we are to help them, guide them into a better direction. So if they're doing things that, doesn't really bring them that positive energy, that positive growth, and you recognize that, it is important for you to bring that up. And I encourage you to do so. Holding each other accountable, I think, is a skill that is slowly fading away. Social media makes a lot of things seem like really acceptable. And and for me, I don't think that is appropriate, and especially in adult friendships where a lot of times like people aren't really genuine. They like to put on for social media, and instead of actually being true and connected with each other. So that was really important for me. So ask yourself, am I the kind of being or am I being the kind of friend that I would want to have? Number 4 is how to be more intentional in your friendships. So if you are listening to this thinking, dang girl, I really need to be a better friend, don't stress, don't worry. It's never too late to start being intentional. Here are some simple ways that you can do that. Schedule some friendship time just like you would schedule work or workouts, self-care routines. Make time for your friends. Put a reminder on your phone to check in with them. Be present. When you're together, right? Put your phone down, listen, engage. You don't have to snap everything. You don't have to post everything that you're doing. Be there and be present. Support their goals and celebrate their wins. Hype them up. Like, you literally need to be their best cheerleader, and they need to be that for you too. So communicate your needs to them. If you feel disconnected, say something. Honestly, because friendships really thrive on honesty and transparency. I think I keep honing in on those 2 words, but those are really like big virtues to like have. And I think that a lot of times like we really forget how important like honesty really is. And when you're not honest and you're not transparent, you're not on the same page, it really can cause some serious rifts. So if you're in a season where you feel like your relationship or friendship is still distant, don't be afraid to reach out first. Sometimes people pull away because they don't care, or not because they don't care rather, but because they are struggling, okay? So putting your pride aside and just saying, hey, I've been thinking about you, can mean everything, even if they are going through something and you don't know about it, or they're not comfortable telling you about it at that point in time. Like telling them that, you're thinking about them and that they're so important to you and that you just miss hearing from them, that really can go a long way. And basically, friendships aren't effortless, but they are worth it. So if you want deep, life-giving relationships, you have to be intentional. Be the friend who loves at all times. Be the friend who shows up. And don't be afraid to ask for that same energy in return. But that is it for today's episode. If this resonated with you, share with a friend who needs to hear it, okay? And also let me know what's one way you're going to be more intentional in your friendships this week. But anyways, I'll see you next Sunday. Until then, keep growing, keep glowing, and take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, as it is the best way to support this channel. I'll see you later. Bye.